Place Vul-Kar, the 2 bridges, the ladder, the 7 trees, the 6 orange ember marbles, the heart of Vul-Kar, the treasure tokens and 1 red marble in their places in the island as shown. Place the lucky penny in the maw. Put the remaining 3 fireballs into the cataclysm tracker. Set the snapshot cards face up to the side of the island. Each player takes a figure and the matching reference card and places their figure on the helicopter. Shuffle the action deck and deal 2 face down to each player. Shuffle the souvenir cards and deal 1 face down to each player. Set the rest to the side. The youngest player goes first. Everyone's first move will be from the helicopter to the helipad. Have the most points when the helicopter returns to the island to take people away. You get points from treasures and snapshots. 1. If you are knocked over, stand your figure back up on its space. If you are on more than 1 space, choose one of them. 2. Play an action card from your hand. You must move the full amount shown. You may do its action. 3. Draw a new action card. 4. Reset the island. Souvenir cards tell you when you can play them. After playing one, put it on the souvenir discard pile. There is no limit to the number of souvenir cards you can have or play at any time. If you start your turn knocked over in a river or a lava chute, move your figure down the island to the space at the end of the river/chute and stand up. If you start your turn knocked over off the island, start in any cave. Do not roll the die and do not use the cave. You must move the exact number of spaces shown on the card, unless you come to an unstable space, which stops you. You may move in either direction, but you may not change direction. You can't be on a space with another player. Instead, hop over, pass by, them into the next available space in the direction you were headed. The helipad is connected to the helicopter at the start and end of the game. Your first move from the helicopter is onto the helipad. Continue your movement from there. When everyone is on the island, set the helicopter aside until the end of the game. Spaces where players walk are light sandy color. These spaces are connected to each other with brown muddy sections. Players can pass over but not stop on the brown muddy part of the paths. Tree roots do not stop a player's movement. Just hop right over them and keep moving. If you start on or land on a cave, roll the die. Place yourself in any cave whose number matches the die roll and keep moving. If all caves with that number are occupied, do not leave your cave and stop moving. Bridges and the ladder are unstable spaces, so you must stop moving when you enter one. If there is a player already there, pass by them to the first available space and keep moving. If you start on or enter a snapshot space, you may take the matching snapshot card unless you already have a snapshot of that color. All snapshot cards from that space have been taken by other players. Another player is in the snapshot space. Having 3 different colored snapshots can summon the helicopter. If you start on or enter a treasure space as you move, you may grab one of the treasure tokens on the slab connected to that space. You may grab treasures from multiple slabs if you pass through more than one treasure space on your turn. The heart of Vul-Kar is grabbed like any other treasure. When you grab the heart of Vul-Kar from its location, immediately add a fireball to the scar. If you pass the player carrying the heart of Vul-Kar, you may steal it from them. After moving, you may do the action shown on the card. Many cards have the symbol, which allow you to rotate something on the island. If you rotate Vul-Kar, turn his figure once in either direction. If you rotate a tree, set it to any orientation. When you launch an ember marble, use only one finger to push it. You cannot flick it with a thumb/finger combo. You may push the marble as hard as you like, but if it leaves the island, you must put one of your treasures into the maw for your insolence, and anyone you knock over stands up without losing a treasure. If you play a Cataclysm card, take all the fireballs in the scar and drop them into Vul-Kar one at a time. Do not reset anything on the island until all the fireballs have finished rolling. When you play a Cataclysm card, discard it to the Cataclysm tracker. When there are 3 Cataclysm cards in the tracker, add 1 more marble to the scar. Reshuffle all played action cards, including the Cataclysms in the tracker and the regular discard pile. If you add the 4th marble to the scar, you summon the helicopter. Your figure is knocked over when any part of your figure other than the base is touching the island, or if your figure is off the island. When your figure gets knocked over, you lose a treasure of your choice. If another player knocked you over, they steal the treasure. Draw a souvenir card. If you knock yourself over, put the treasure into the maw. Draw a souvenir card. If you, or your cat, bump the island, ignore the effects and put everything back where it was. If a player enters the helipad space while carrying at least 3 different colored snapshots or the scar has 4 marbles in it at the end of the turn, the helicopter returns and players may climb aboard. Place the helicopter near the helipad. Players may enter the helicopter from the helipad, even if they don't have 3 snapshots, and do not need to arrive by exact count. A player may enter the helicopter on the turn it appears if they have moves left. When entering the helicopter, choose a token in the maw and put it in front of you. This can be the lucky penny token or a treasure put there during the game. Once a player is in the helicopter, they do not leave it for the rest of the game. They cannot be knocked over and no one can move them or pass by them to steal anything. Other cards may still affect them. Players still play a card on their turn but only follow the action. The game ends when all players are in the helicopter or all players have had 2 turns after the helicopter has arrived. Each color scores 1/3/6/10/15 points for 1/2/3/4/5 plus treasures. The Heart of Vul-Kar is worth 7 points. The Lucky Penny is worth 6 points. Each snapshot is worth 5 points. Only if you are in the helicopter. Add up the points from the treasures and snapshots you are carrying. The player with the highest score wins. If there's a tie, the player who made it to the helipad first wins. If neither tied player made it to the helipad, the player nearest to the helipad wins. Each player controls 2 characters. Take a turn marker token and place it on one of your 2 character cards. You and your opponent alternate turns playing one of your characters. Activate the character that has the turn marker on their card. At the end of your turn, put your turn marker on your other character's card. Your action and souvenir cards are shared between your characters. Treasure is not shared between your characters but is placed on their card, until scoring. Your snapshots are shared between your characters. You must have 6 snapshots before you can summon the helicopter from the helipad. You may have 2 snapshots of the same color. If you knock over either of your characters, it counts as knocking yourself over. Your characters may steal from each other. When scoring, combine your characters' treasures.